YouTube, what up? DJ Wade out here. Listen, man. Listen. There's always so much stuff going on in this community that we call Christian rap. I'm getting ready to sit down with my brother Datin. And man, listen. He's got a new project coming out, first of all. He just released a single, CHH Ain't Dead, that's been caused a ton of conversation. And unfortunately, he's going through a divorce, and we're talking about all of that stuff. So, sit tight, don't go nowhere. We here.
Let's get the people what they want. The Wade-O Radio Show.
DJ Wade-O here with my brother from God Over Money.
Yeah. What's going on, Wade?
And my Newark, New Jersey brother.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I didn't know you when you lived in Newark, though.
I know, right? Yeah.
Man, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Good.
That's
Extremely good. Extremely good.
Man, you've had a lot of stuff going on social media.
Yeah.
You released a controversial song.
Yup.
You talked about just where you and your family are right now.
Yep.
In terms of all of that, and I know I've seen you guys talking about you got God Over Money tour coming up, and y'all putting out records like every month.
Yeah, that's the goal.
You busy right now, bro?
Yeah. We got one dropping next. Well, we got Jared dropping this month. We got I can't say who in August. I can say I'm dropping in September. So yeah. Lord willing, I'm still alive.
Hey, so let me start here with the CHH record, bro.
Okay. CHH Ain't Dead.
Yeah. What sparked that? Like what made you put that out? And I actually said this on my podcast when you first dropped it. Like I feel like some of that conversation and stuff I've talked to you about. Yeah. Like over the years, you know what I mean? And what kind of led you to like right now?
Bro,
I need to put this out.
It's just constantly reading these little tweets and these comments from these cats that it's just extremely obvious that there's bitterness. They've tried to make it in this lane, and it was like, yeah, CHH, and then when they weren't received as they assumed they would be, because the promotion comes from the Lord. If he gives you a fan base of 500, be faithful with the fan base of 500. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're faithful with that, I'm sure your platform would increase. But they just like, I dropped this song on Rapzilla. It got 4,000 views. CHH is dead. My fan base, bruh, your fan base nothing. You get a couple streams because you got it in a playlist. Yeah. You got a couple streams on your SoundCloud, but you ain't getting no shows. And it's not a boasting like, yeah, we do get shows, we get mad streams. It's more so like an apologetic for Christian hip hop. You feel me? So it's just like on a technical aspect, like, yo, you don't get the right to claim CHH is dead because it ain't worked out for you. Yeah. Like, bro, I feel like it's of course there's you're disrespecting the people who are involved in it, but it's more so you're disrespecting what the Lord is doing. Like, I just know on our tours, praise God, we see the power of God.
People get saved, bro.
People get saved. We see people saved. God. We see people come to know God, and you gonna be like, CHH is dead, bro. You ain't got the bars to make that claim. You ain't got the skill. You ain't got the like. You got to be able to back that up. So, I mean, forgive me if I came off, harsh, but it's like, yo, we out here and we ain't whack. Yeah. And we ain't whack. We ain't whack. And you want the smoke. Nah, I'm kidding.
You going back to battle rapper, Dave.
If you want this smoke, you can get this work. Nah, I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding, man.
Yeah, you know what, man? I one thing I thought about, and you know that I agree with pretty much the whole record. Yeah. I do feel like sometimes the more we talk about this, we have this conversation in its various forms, we become even more divided.
Yeah.
Around it. And some of it is we have divided ourselves. Yeah. Because we place different labels, or we don't want a label, or we, whatever the case may be. But I just wanted your thoughts on that perspective.
See, well, I would say this. Whatever I say, like, I can't, by the grace of God, there's nothing I have said prior to this record that I would have to like repent of or that I regret. So it's like I've made it clear as day on the Menace mixtape that I have absolutely no issue with you not claiming.
Yeah.
I applauded Lecrae and Andy.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I think it's manly for them to do what they feel led to do and not have to worry about, yo, I gotta satisfy these fans.
Right.
I applauded that.
Right.
And then I criticized or just kind of was like, yo, but if you know that's not your calling and you see that as successful and your motive is you just want to, achieve that same success financially. So that's what you're doing. You're not paying attention to what God is calling you to do. You just want to emulate success. I criticized that.
Yeah.
So now with...
You definitely got a lot of people trying to do that, bro.
Yeah, so with the CHH Ain't Dead record, all I wanted to do was, it's still like, yo, I'm not dissing the cats that don't wear the title. I love Ruslan's music. He don't wear the title. I fully support that dude. There's a bunch of cats, like I said, Craig, Andy. It's just don't diss us though. Don't diss those that are wearing the title because, yo, like son, like, yo, and then the cats that's doing it, like trying to play us, like, bro, you ain't got the bars to even, I don't know.
Oh, I feel like it goes both. I feel like it goes both ways. It's just like they'll say, well, yo, why y'all giving us this smoke? But it's like, yo, why are y'all dissing us?
Yeah, that's all I said.
That's
There was one young man. I feel like I ain't even got to say his name. I didn't know he was saying this, and he tweeted me and was like, "Yo, I love you, but I was offended by what you said." And I'm like, okay. So I'm assuming that he must be one of those. Well, you got to know we young and we just venting. And I'm like, yo, hold up. You could be offended by this. So if you're saying this, I can't be offended by you saying it's dead. Like you're basically, that would mean how I perceive it to be is if it were dead, everybody involved with it is dead also. They're of no value.
Yep.
So what you trying to say?
Yep.
Like, nah. Yep. So I'm like, bro, I ain't write this record about you.
Yep.
But if the shoe fit, you gotta wear it.
Yep.
And then you know what? It was fruitful. He was like, yo, you know what? I get it. It's cool. Like, my bad. And like it was fruitful. He repented. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like he repented. So I didn't even know he was talking about it because, according to my knowledge, me and him was cool. I want to sub them, you know what I'm saying? We still cool. So, like social media cool.
Yeah,
I'll probably see him here and it'd be, all love. But anyways, man, yeah. So if you're going to make a claim like that, bro, consider everybody that's involved. God Over Money wears the banner. There's a lot of us that wear the banner. We're proud to rep the Lord Jesus Christ in our music. We are, and this doesn't make us better than you, but we are proud to wear that name. You know what I'm saying? We're Christian rappers. They gonna call me a Christian rapper regardless.
Right.
Once they hear my content ain't gonna change. So if they gonna label me a Christian rapper, then I'll wear that. And then guess what? Like, bro, the misconception is if you get in this box, you can't open certain doors. Like, bro, me and Biz, like, we got a gang of people who don't even believe. They just respect the skill. And some people that are coming to the Lord through this stuff. Like, yo ish is dope. That effing, you know what I'm saying? They dropping F-bombs and all that. And they like the music. So,
yeah.
And we ain't had to dumb it down. We ain't had to, again, not dissing my brothers who just feel like they need to do away with the title to progress. Much love to them. I support a gang of them.
Yeah, I've one of the things that I've thought a lot about is this conversation has existed in some form. I've been involved in this almost 12 years now, and it's existed that whole time. And from what I've researched, it existed before that too, going back like 20 years.
Yeah.
And I do think one of the things that hinders how effective we can be as a community is that's always been like the dominant narrative in the scene.
Yeah.
Is what's the right way to do this? And I think the beauty of it should be there's one way to get people saved, and that's preaching the gospel. But there's a lot of different ways to preach the gospel.
Amen.
And it's just like there's a tension because of all this different stuff, man. I don't know. I'm just kind of ranting, but I really strongly feel like when we as a community can get past that part of it, man, we're gonna be in a whole. And the funny part is it kind of feels like, and maybe because I have the perspective I have, but it kind of feels like the people who want the title don't have a problem with the people who don't have the title. But the people who don't want the title, there's always pot shots. You know what I mean? At different and
it may be because they just want to disassociate themselves so much from the title that they also want to disassociate themselves with anyone that wears the title, like the banner, like, ugh, get away from us. We're not like them. We're not like him. He's a Christian rapper. I'm nothing like him. And I see it. They treat us like that. God over money don't get invited to all your reindeer games. But it's fine. We still love you. But, we get shunned. We don't get the same opportunities everybody else get. You know what I'm saying? You see who gets embraced right away. Somebody dope drops the title, and then they're like, oh, hey, come on, one of us. You know what I'm saying? But, like, okay, yeah, we show heck of love to everybody. We don't receive the same love. But I'm mentioning it now, but we try to not make a big deal of it. We're going to continue to spread love. We're going to continue to love on them, on everybody else. We're all flawed, sinful human beings. And it's just grace. You know what I'm saying? It's grace. So now that we can talk about it in a conversation, or someone else can bring it up to me. Like, yo, why these cats don't be showing you no love? They see it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to ever bring it up. Like, I don't know, bro. That joint be making me... Fanatic said something like that today. Yo, how you feel about... I see you spreading love, but you don't get the same love. It is what it is. I'm going to stand before the Lord, and that won't be one of the things he'll nitpick at me. It'll be a gang of other stuff he going to mention, but not that.
Well, and here's the thing. I think there's got to be room for us to respect one another's work, respect one another's witness, even if we don't agree with everything.
Yeah.
So you may not agree with, like, even the way I go about doing what I'm doing, trying to spread the gospel, or the title that I take on, but you also can see the results and say, you know what, like, I wouldn't do it that way for whatever reason, but I can respect that. Yeah,
well, people unfortunately are not there, bro. I'm there. I'm totally there. Like, I see the value in what somebody does, unless it's blatantly contrary to the word of God or the gospel.
Yeah.
Then I can't rock with you. You know, there's Jehovah's Witnesses who would, it would seem like they bear fruit. You know, they don't believe in Jesus Christ of
that's not fruit.
Yeah, so do away with that. But there's other people who believe in the God that I believe in.
Yep.
And if they bear fruit, you know, I respect people's different practices. I'm talking about within Christianity, not other religions. And their methods. I respect their methods. That's why I'm totally for what, you know, they doing over at Reach. I'm totally for what King's Dream is trying to do. I'm totally for it. I'm not just like accepting of it. I'm totally for it. Mm-hmm. I think Andy Minio's doing a great job, to me. You ask me, I think that dude makes excellent music. He still shares his faith, and it can definitely cross over. I feel the same way about Craig. So, I salute them,
Yeah,
brothers.
and he got one of the best albums, or not albums,
Love
but
it.
EPs.
I love it. I
That-
hit him. I told him
yeah.
this joint is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that joint was fire, bro.
Yeah.
I hope I don't pronounce his name wrong. I've never known how to pronounce it. Alico or
Alico.
Alico. I was a little surprised
Yeah.
that he got over money so quick. I
Yeah.
felt like I was just getting to know him. Because
Yeah.
I had to be honest, I'll be totally transparent and no disrespect to him. I hadn't heard, and I realized now he had been around for a while.
Yeah, it's T-Strike.
Yep. I hadn't heard much of his music before that. And I was just surprised that, you know what I mean? Because you guys gave him a nice...
Yeah, I think we
A
all
nice
were
push.
surprised. Yeah,
Yeah.
we all were surprised. I mean, but I do life with this brother. I
Yeah.
know him. Though it's sad to see him go. I trust that he's hearing from God.
Yeah.
Do I like what God said in that moment? Like,
Sure.
come on, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who am I to question? He just went on this fast, and after he went on this fast, he came back on social media and he just confessed that, as this is no gossip. I'm pretty sure he's proud of this testimony. He
Yeah.
publicly said, like, yo, while he was writing the project that he put out to us, that he was getting high as he was doing, still smoking weed, and just feeling convicted. So as he fasted and sought the Lord broke him. There's something different about him now.
Yeah.
Like in a good way.
Yeah.
Something different. Like discernment tells you when I see him, it's like he got this glow on
Yeah,
him.
different, yeah.
Yeah, so like he
Yeah.
really, really walking with it. And I guess I can't speak for him. All he said was God told him to step down from GOM specifically. That's what he felt the Lord say. He then in conversation with me, again, it's not no secret conversation. He said that just as he's traveling, as he's doing these shows, he just didn't feel a peace. Maybe the platform, maybe the Lord wanted him to start all over again. He shot up to like 10,000 followers on Instagram, and he deleted his Instagram page and started a brand new one.
Yeah, he did.
So it's like
did.
he really wants to like
Yeah,
God.
he's King Alico now.
Yeah,
King
yeah.
Alico.
So he's really on some God. I'm gonna do whatever you say and trust that you gonna, if you want me elevated, you'll do it. So yeah, he stepped down. It's sad to see him go, but it was no bad terms. It was no beef, no nothing. It's just when he dropped it on us, like we was a little like, dang, for real, bro. I hit him ASAP. Of course, he told Bizzle first. Bizzle tell me, I hit him. I'm like, bro. And he's like, yeah, I couldn't do nothing but respect it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dope, bro.
He's dope. He's solid.
Yeah.
He's solid, bro. That's
you know
why
what,
it
though?
sucks to see him go, because on tour he would have been like, would have been really dope if he was on tour with us. But, the Lord knows better.
But you know what thought though is, when you have a struggle like that, and you're elevated to a large platform like that, there's certain pressures that or stress that you may feel, and the Lord may be telling them, and I don't know him, but I'm just saying the Lord may be saying, hey, let me save you from this pressure that you may feel. Because think about it. If he goes out on tour, what if he went back into it? That
Yeah.
push y'all in a...
Maybe, well, he's on tour right now.
Yeah.
But maybe he just didn't feel a peace about
That's what
having,
I'm saying.
because the tour he's on now, it's a lot different from a
Yeah.
GOM tour.
Yeah.
So, maybe he just didn't want to deal with the pressure. Maybe it's one of those unexplainable things where God told me,
told him.
don't do it, don't do it, don't
Well, no,
do
I
it,
wasn't
and
saying
I did it.
I wasn't saying he may not want to deal with the pressure. The Lord may not.
Yeah, no, I
wanna
get
put
it.
him in the,
Yeah.
in that space.
Yeah, I get it, and it just maybe he doesn't fully have the answer why he's dropping out, but he just did. He was obedient, and I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. There's been times in my life where God said, don't do it. I did it, and didn't figure out, why are you telling me not to do it, God? Why?
And you
And I
realize what
do it,
was.
and then, end up in a bad place, and you just like, dag, he's so good. He wasn't trying to withhold nothing good from me. He was just saying, this ain't it. It's
This
not
ain't it.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Did you just shifting gears a little bit? I was really, really surprised when you started talking on Facebook. That's where I first saw it, about what was going on with you and going through a divorce, you know, and all of that. And my heart really went out to you. And part of it was, I just remember, like, I don't think I ever met your wife. I don't think.
Probably
maybe
not.
once. Maybe.
My ex-wife,
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, ex-wife. I'm sorry. But I just remember seeing so many pictures of y'all online, and you know what I mean. The family. I knew how much the family meant to you, and then to go through this, and then to share it with everybody, like, bro, like.
I had to share it with everybody because it's funny how public you make your life, but how private I really am.
Yeah.
But when it gets to the point of you got fans that don't know you, and they follow both of y'all, and they're screenshotting pictures of her with another guy, and they inboxing me, and I don't follow her. I had to unfollow her because just that, to not be stalking anybody's page. You wonder,
Keep your inner peace, bro.
Yeah, keep
Gotta
your inner peace. You're wondering what your wife is up to.
Yep.
And so, long story short, when I started getting screenshots, and it became about maybe like in a matter of 2 days, like 6 times, and then I'm looking, no bookings, nothing's happening. I believe it was all the Lord, so I can rest and He can restore me. But I'm like, maybe it's because even we tend to see problems in a marriage and automatically be like, what did he do to make poor her do that?
Oh, so y'all were still together when you getting these screenshots? Like, y'all were.
Yeah, we still married. I left the house.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I separated to give her space. I mean, at that point when they started coming, it was like soup. She was asking for a divorce for months upon months.
I got you.
But at this point,
you were trying to make it.
Yeah.
You were trying to make it work. I got you.
So, no, but at this point, I'm getting the screenshots, and it's like, she already made it clear that this isn't going nowhere. I want a divorce. Nothing's gonna make this work. And then as I get the pictures, I'm like, oh, that's why. So, with the captions and all that, you could see that this has been going on for a while. So I had to make it public. So I'm not going to have nobody speak like ill of my good. Like, yo, I ain't going to wear that. There's going to be things where you just got to kind of catch the fade, let God work it out. But I wanted to make it public that, yo, look, I'm not speaking for her. I'm not saying anything about that out of respect for them. But as for me, anything you can think of is false. I ain't got nothing to do with this. I fought for this joint to the very end. I left them with everything that's mine. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I tried to do the right thing. There's no more that I can do. This is the unfortunate outcome. So I had to address that publicly just to defend my integrity, because you see somebody on Instagram and we put up all our highlights and busyness, and I already know what the blame is going to be. Oh, maybe he was out too much. Maybe he was on tour too much, because he stood on tour. But what people didn't see is I would take in, if we had a shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they ain't see that. Instead of saving that extra $600 or $400 and keeping it for the family, I'm flying back for the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You know what I'm saying? To be home. And then when we do the East Coast, bringing her with me. You know what I'm saying? Making sure she could take off those days. Just so I'm not an absent. Like, the longest stretch I ever did was 3 weeks, one time. Like, And then even if we getting super real right now, even if that one time was too much, you just don't ask for a divorce off of that. It's like, yo, this is no good. This is unacceptable. Let's do counseling. You forewarned. So I knew that I would be taking the blame. And as the truth came out, mad people confessed. Oh, you know what? I thought maybe because da-da-da-da-da. Even people in my church, like flat out, yo, Datin. So what's going on? Is it because you was doing ministry too hard? I'm like, nope, I ain't wearing that. I would preach and tell a minister, don't ever neglect your family for ministry. Nobody is more important to me than the people in my household.
Yeah.
So yes, people need souls. I mean, people need the souls need saving. People need the gospel, and the Lord will provide the opportunities for me to do so. But I'm not the last minister alive. He doesn't need me. It's a privilege for me to be used, but he don't need me. Because if I'm not going to do it, he'll raise somebody else up. Who does need me is my family. So that would never happen. So to get accused of that, of course, it bothers. You be like, what? Nah, my family's first. So that's it.
And so the screenshots that's how you found out about the whole thing.
Yeah, well, I was informed. I don't want to say who told me. Somebody else gave me the heads up first. And then, I didn't know what to believe. But then the screenshots just confirmed it. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But in the end, bro, like I was just saying about the Alico situation, is nobody's fault but mine. It's my fault. Why? And let this be a lesson for anybody that's considering marriage. In the courtship, I did not feel a peace. I was a baby Christian. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't have even been thinking about courtship. But, pretty girl, of course, oh yeah, she Christian, pretty girl. Why not, God? I just ain't feel a peace about it. I continue to pursue. And of course, you catch feelings. Now you're invested emotionally. And, if a sign wasn't, the biggest sign of all signs was in the middle of our courtship, she had to move to Florida because of a child, a visitation rights situation. So her baby father fought for visitation rights. She had to go to Florida. If that wasn't a sign enough. But I felt like I had to save her, she's stressed out down there by herself. You know what I'm saying? Sad. She's super sad that she gonna miss me. She gonna lose me. So I gotta save her. And I remember clear as day, one of my homies saying, shout out to Lionel, Lionel.
Yeah.
Lionel yo. He's like, yo, you know she's God's daughter, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, he loves her, right? I'm like, yeah. He'll save her and you can't, right? And Lionel, I knew what that joint meant.
Lionel's so real.
And I was just and I was like, and I knew what that joint meant. And I still went forward. I felt no peace until I decided to propose. And I'm just like, yo, I'm going to do this in faith. And this whole time I'm wrestling with God, like literally sometimes to the point of tears. And it's like, God, why you just won't let me do this? We love each other. Yeah. All it was, and those moments, you like, why is God being so mean? Dang, but look how loving he is. It's like, it's not only just for my good. I probably held that girl back from her purpose. Yeah. Maybe she was meant to meet somebody else. Maybe she was going to find, you know what I mean? Who knows how he would have reached her. And I just prolonged that, So I proposed. I thought, doing it the right way, no sin, married her, moved the next day, and immediately started to see, like, maybe this is why God, and then eventually, when y'all would see stuff on the gram and all that, it was real. There was good times, you know what I'm saying? We loved each other, but, God could foresee everything, and he saw that this was going to happen, and just from 0 to 60, everything's great, and then I'm just like, what the heck is going on? So, yeah, and then we here. I'm divorced, single, and ready to Christian mingle. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Hey, you know what though? I'm gonna tell you, bro. Just to hear you talk about this, it just feels like you have so much clarity.
Yeah.
Just in terms of being able to look at the situation, your role in it, and just be at peace with it. And I feel like when you have something traumatic like this happen to you, it's important to get that, or else you can never move on from it.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people get a divorce and it cripple them.
Me too, bro.
30 years.
Me too. Man, I'm counseling some people that are crippled by it. And they had like terrible marriages. Yeah. And they're still crippled by it. But I guess I find peace in that. God really tried to protect us from this. I say us, even her.
Yeah.
And that's why he was just communicating with me because I was the one listening. Bro, don't do it. So I find peace in that. Like I know it's my fault. I mean, I didn't cause the divorce. Once we were in the marriage, I honored, I served. I don't care what anybody say. I will overdo it. You know what I'm saying? Overdo it to compensate for like what's going on, just to make sure I'm winning her over to Christ, washing her with the, you know what I'm saying? Being a witness, loving her like Christ loves the church. So I would overdo it. So I ain't caused the divorce or got us to this point. But I just mean I should have never even started that race. So it's my fault for stepping to the starting line to start running that race. It wasn't meant for me to run. I could clearly 100%. This is not one of them, it's just an unfortunate situation and you're trying to find something to, like, no, it's, I know, my friends know, my accountability knows what I was wrestling with. And it's like 6 years later, a total of 9, and they like, dang, yes, it was the worst thing that ever happened to me, and it's also, right now at this point, the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, just the closeness, like there's nothing more valuable than this type of intimacy with the Lord, like really putting me on my face to seek him, this time by myself with him and just him. It's hecka humbling. I wouldn't change it, bro. Wait, I wouldn't. I'm not just saying it like the prideful, trying to blanket your pain. Like I see other dudes broken. And I'm like, yo, it just begun for me. Like, and then the worst thing that can happen to a man or somebody who's gonna obey the word of God is if you don't have biblical grounds for divorce and you stuck. It's either be reconciled to your wife or wait till she dies. Like, I'm gonna honor the word of God. If I didn't have biblical grounds for divorce,
you still there.
I'd be stuck, bro.
Yeah, you still there.
I'd be stuck.
You still there.
But and look, I mean, he's gracious enough that where I got clear biblical grounds, it's just beginning for me, bro.
I honestly, man, I'm just amazed that you can even talk about it this frankly, because I know other guys that have gone through it. And it's just almost like they would rather not, like this didn't even happen.
Yeah, it's because you my man. I'm forgetting that the freaking couple thousand people going to be watching this. I might regret it later, but you my man. So I'm just having a conversation with my man right now.
We just talking. I feel you, man.
Yo, mind your business, man. It's like,
yo, I tell you something we did not talk about, bro.
What's up?
We didn't even talk about this, like, off of one of these joints. Is when the, what was the hashtag?
Oh, the CHH sexism.
Yes.
You gonna get me in trouble, Wade.
I know, man. Because they was trying to make you out to be like you was the chauvinist.
Bruh, hey, man, y'all stupid for that, bro. Flat out, man.
They tried to make you out to be a chauvinist.
Yeah,
bro.
that's corny, bro. Y'all corny. You watching it, I said you corny. Man, that was whack. That was super whack. I was being hecka respectful, and they was just mad in their emotions, and would you consider maybe, y'all complain? No, let me not go there. You have to cut that out, bro.
I think I say this about that situation. I actually had a conversation with at the Just Gospel conference a few years ago with a young lady, and like she really helped me realize how silenced a lot of women have felt in the church in general, right?
Yo, dude, I'm with it.
No. I know you are.
Yeah.
I know you are. I know you are. But what I was saying is, I think in our little community, our little CHH community, I think it's been even more magnified.
Yeah.
Than just in the regular church.
Yeah.
Like even just in the church, you still got women pastors in certain denominations and that. And in Christian rap, it's like, fam, like there are hardly any prominent. When I say prominent, I'm talking about by platform. It's changing women, so I think what happened to you, they were looking for somebody to blame, bro.
And I'm the wrong one to blame.
They were looking for somebody to blame.
I ain't no square. No, I'm just kidding. But they was trying to pick on me.
Yeah.
Nah, but I hear them. I stepped in the combo because I think what they were saying is legitimate. You know what I'm saying? I can see their points. They were valid.
Yeah.
They were valid.
Yeah.
I would like to eventually, I have this Menace Movement platform. I have one artist. Somewhere down the line, I would like to sign a female MC so she can be a voice for the female.
Yeah. I know you're going to do it, bro.
Yeah,
I know you're going to do it.
I would want to do it. I think everything they're saying is legitimate. My thing was, I saw somebody who was fishing for a deal with GOM. They didn't get on for other reasons. And she subbed us. She said, yeah, like these labels who don't want to sign us yet, we're nicer than every other dude on the label. You ain't nicer than the wackest dude on the label. But anyways, yo, nicer than every dude dude on the label, and then they don't want to take us on tour.
Yeah.
So when I was just like, hold up, all right, ladies, I feel y'all. Let me ask this. It was a question. Now, what do we do about? It's a tour full of guys.
Now you broke down the finances and everything.
Yeah, we can't we can't get another bus for you. We can't afford, it's even numbers, there's 6 of us. You know what I'm saying? You can get this much hotels, that amount, and then what we gonna do? Get one just for you? It's expensive. So how do we resolve this? Yeah. Oh, it's that type of mentality that's the cause of this issue. And you're a sexist, and you're get the heck
but
out.
see, here's the thing.
Bruh, get out of my face.
I think from a business standpoint, like for instance, you guys are going on tour. You guys are getting ready to go on tour this fall. From a business standpoint, like I'm hopping on a leg of Seven's tour. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's like people act like these tours are generating millions of dollars. You know what I mean? Like the closest thing we have to something like that may be like a Lecrae tour, Andy Mineo tour, or And that's not quite millions of dollars. Like,
might be close enough. An NF,
an NF is
NF. I mean, but we know Merc Reach be killing them with the merch.
They do.
Let me break this down for all of y'all. Y'all want a deal, and you want your own bus and your own room? Go to Reach Records. You know what I'm saying? Because they this as far as budget,
but even
everybody else is here.
Here's the thing, though. But even everybody on their label, it's like you got the Lecrae's, the Andes, the KBs, then you got the Tadashi, the Trip. Like, they're not just out touring.
Yeah.
Like, they're hopping on other tours.
Yeah.
But they're not, Tadashi's not going out headlining.
Yeah.
Trip's not going out headlining. Now, some of Trip might be with the health and all of that. But even when they do, it's 400, 500 room venues.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
yep.
It's not, so do the math on all it. Like, my thing was, when I saw that, I was just like, you're asking the question. If this is the economic reality, how do we then
resolve this?
How do we fix? Like, you're almost saying, "Hey, I would love to do this." How do we?
I didn't almost say it.
Yeah.
I said it. I said I would love to do this, but
how do we financially?
And then I got stoned. Maybe if y'all all in y'all emotions stoning whoever raises a question, maybe that's why I would never sign none of y'all that gave me beef.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
You all in your feelings.
Yeah.
I feel you is a legitimate reason, but when something, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to be reasoned with. So, yeah, I wouldn't sign nobody's gonna be.
I almost feel like you have to, like, to make it economically work, you almost have to say female artist, maybe we do a female tour manager. Like, but then a lot of these tours, let's be honest, you doing double duty, bruh. Like, you're not having a separate tour manager. It's like one of the artists is serving as the tour manager and making sure the hotels, the food, all of that stuff is taken care of.
We
and
be freestyling, bro. We put out a
Yeah.
little tour flyer. They book.
Yep.
And then
You figure it out once you get out
yeah,
there.
and then we just
Hotel tonight.
Exactly. Hotel tonight. So it's like, I could definitely go on tour with a female. Yeah. I mean, she gonna have to end up. You know what I'm saying? Like, son, it's not the Bible says to avoid the appearance of evil. I'm not gonna be on no bus alone with no female. If I'm single, they single, even if you married, it's a funny situation, bro. I want to respect my sister, and if I did go out on a tour, it would be hecka dope if her husband was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then the husband be having a job, and then he can't go. It's just a weird situation, bro.
Hey, bro, and I've heard stories about the tour bus when there's co-ed situations happening.
Yeah, and
I leave it there. I'm not going to name the rest of it.
Yeah, don't.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be a place where you get in trouble, where feelings could start to arise. You know what I'm saying? And it's like all the dudes that was coming at me, sticking up for the ladies' points, because they ain't got to worry about no girls checking for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm hot stuff, but, like, it could get funny. So me, at that time, I was married. I wouldn't make room for it. I went on a tour with a female once, and for whatever reason, her husband couldn't come, but she had such respect for herself. She wasn't all mingling, you know what I'm saying? She slept. The deal was, and the dude had the money to do it, to give her her own room. You know what I'm saying? Very respectful. It was a healthy environment, but that's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? That's not always the case.
Yeah.
Like, he had a bus, a RV, and all the guys slept on the RV, and they got one room for the female. Like, so maybe if I had an RV, I could copy that as a blueprint, you know what I'm saying, and do that.
I think we just this is my thing, and maybe some of this is just who I am and what I do, but I just feel like we have to be able to discuss it if we're gonna solve it, and if we never discuss it and it just results to demonizing somebody, the problem never gets fixed. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like
it's funny, man, that the labeling me a sexist is just retarded, because I'm so not. And my sisters, all my sisters who are CHH artists, was hitting me up like, yo, you are far from that. You know what I'm saying?
You've tried. Like,
you are far from. I've been respectful.
And you've put people on.
I've put people on.
That's the other thing.
I've reposted their stuff. I've done songs with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to just like, yo, look, God has gave me this little platform. I'll share it with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, shoot, you know, I'm far from it. So calling me that was just, you was in your feelings. Yeah. It is what it is, though.
Deep. So this project you got in September.
It's called Hell in the Hallway, and
it's an EP, an album.
It just turned into an album.
I got you.
It was supposed to be an EP.
I got you.
And I just got the confirmation today. Biz was like, yeah, just knock out the couple more songs.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be an album, and
we in the era of like the super EPs now. Like everybody doing these 4 songs.
Nah, I don't want it. That's why I didn't want to do it. So it was an 8-song joint. Let's see, I had on the End of the Menace mixtape, I announced my sophomore album, the New Arc, and then my life took this crazy turn. Yeah. And I just started to write, and it was music I hoped I never had to release. Yeah.
But you just wanted to use it.
Even though I felt like it was the best stuff I was ever writing, and I was just like, yo, this stuff is crazy, but it's super therapeutic for me. And
do you write with beats already, or do you just write sometimes?
No, I look for a beat to fit the emotion I'm feeling,
and then you write,
and then it just draws it out. Mm-hmm. So I started looking for beats, and just like, yo, I just want to vent, and started venting, and before you know it, you know, so the
what's it called again?
Hell in the Hallway. What it means is,
so this is everything you've been going through.
Yeah. Basically. So when God closes one door, He opens another, but it's hell in the hallway. Wow. So it's me in that hell in the hallway process, from the door slamming shut behind me to walking through this hallway all the way to getting to that other door. I'm past the door. I'm in good spirits, in a good place, at peace, happy than the mug. I wouldn't change nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to get to hear all that. Yeah. Like, I got to walk it, live this thing out, and, you know, this interrupted the regularly scheduled program. The New Arc is still being worked on. It will be out next year, but for now, y'all going to get this Hell in the Hallway in September.
Yeah, I really think, bro, like, particularly because of, I was just having this conversation with Rockstar JT, the social media, the era that we're in terms of social media and everything, people show you through the process of what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, that's Insta stories, that's Snapchat. Like, that's the whole premise. Yeah. To see the process. Man, I really think because there's so many people that go through these types of things in their marriage, whether they make it through or the marriage doesn't, I think you're going to help a lot of people. And I know it's not just that, but you know what I mean? Like, I really, bro.
I know it, though. Like, I haven't been so sure about a project. Like, it may not do as well as the other one. I feel like the music is excellent. It's great. I feel like it's going to be some of my best work. Definitely some of my best writing. But it's not, I can't market it like The Roar or the Menace mixtape. It has like one turn up joint at the very end. So I can't take and tour this project. Like, it's very emotional. It's very, very transparent, very real life music. This is the most transparent I've ever been in my music.
Hey, man, you might be able to tour in a different way, though, man.
I mean, you never know, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
that sounds like you might...
Everybody, come to the divorce tour.
Nah. You get it.
Where all divorced people come have fun. Nah, God forbid. But anyways, man, so I had played, don't cut that out either.
I'm not.
I had played a joint to my homie who he got divorced and he gangster. He a gangster dude. And that joint brought him to tears.
Wow.
It brought him to tears. He was like, so I really felt like that was the Lord saying, like, yo, this is going to be powerful. It's going to be effective. It's very powerful music, bro.
Nah, the way, I'm telling you, bro, the way you can talk about this right now, I already know the pen game on this is crazy.
Yeah.
Because you got, when you write, you get clarity.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like,
yeah, I'm writing. Yeah, exactly. I guess that's why I'm where I'm at. I was able to vent, to process this joint. It's not only just about that. There's so much that went on in this time. It's like the enemy came in like a flood. You know what I'm saying? With somebody who I called a friend, and they went and slid in my ex-wife DM while we still married, trying to do an interview so they could expose me. And I come from the era, that's the something you'll die for. Like, I'm talking about when I was in the world. Like, I'm not food. Like, I'm not food. I'm not a square, like a soft. So, and I'm not speaking from a prideful place, but I have, everybody got limits. So we still married. My thing is, yo, my family's off limits.
Yeah.
Like, that's, you'll get guilt over. You know what I'm saying? And this dude once called me friend and slid in the DM trying to do an interview to expose me because him and I had a falling out because he got a big mouth. So
not that guy.
So he had a big mouth and I just had to cut him off. So I go through that. That was, and this is in the process of like, yo, the dog is wounded.
Yeah.
And you're trying to, like, you picking on a wounded dog. What you think he gonna do? He just gonna snap. So I really had to come to another place of humility, like, bro, because it really got to the point where somebody was about to, get hurt over this.
Yeah.
And I had to submit that before the Lord. I feel like that was for my good. It revealed another weak area in my life where I'm just like, yo, I'm about to make a phone call and have homeboy touched. And I know he watching this right now, so he know it's real. But I'm like, yo,
don't make the phone call, man.
Oh, no. Oh, no, it's over. This is months ago.
Yeah.
So I actually, I mean this. I prayed for the brother. Yeah. I prayed for, yes, it was some sucker stuff. Yes, it's the most evil thing you can do to a man that you once called friend, that you just in one breath said, I love you, and then, you know what I'm saying? But I pray for him. I cry for him. And then, the stuff with Mr. Cult Leader, with all that. Back to back, the enemy just attacking. I pray for them. And this was all for my good. Y'all gave me sour lemons. Y'all was just pegging me. Boom, 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 boom. And I took them lemons with my bruised face. I made some fire lemonade. I served everybody that was thirsty behind me. And they going to receive a blessing from it. And you going to be mad, lemonless, because you can't throw them at me no more. So that's it.
Hell in the Hallway.
Hell in the Hallway, coming September.
September,
God Over Money Menace movement.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Hey, family, thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave us a comment. Would love to hear your thoughts on what we were just discussing. Also, if you want to book me for your next event, whether you got a concert, a party, a youth function, a corporate event, whatever it is, send us an email. It's booking@wadeoradio.com. I'd love to DJ your next event.